Back in studio, Joe Musso, always pleased to be alongside my guy, the two-time Super Bowl champ, Bryant McFadden, who knows how to get there and what to do when you arrive. Just to recap, B-Mac's bracket, 3-3 in the wild card round, but his final four still intact. We'll see how he amends off what we saw in the wild card round. We are going to begin on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. The Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Denver on ice, rust versus rest type thing here. It could be Buffalo that needs the rest after Josh Allen physically wills his team to the next round. What do you see between those two?
I see a very, very tough matchup. Not to mention Buffalo, of course, the road team. They're the favorite in this matchup. So a little bit of disrespect coming the way of the Denver Broncos. But no, you should be mind about that. They will take care of their business. I have the Denver Broncos being able to be battle-tested enough to make things very, very difficult for Josh Allen. I love their defense, their ability to put pressure on Josh Allen, not to mention the secondary. Some of the holes that we saw from the Jacksonville Jaguars in their secondary, I don't foresee those same things happening with the Denver Broncos. I had the Denver Broncos taking care of the home turf, advancing to the next round.
It's been that defense that's really led the way. Respect to Bo Nix and what the offense has done as well. The one thing that Broncos defense does not do, that the Houston Texans defense does, they come after that football, Mac. Houston and New England, that pass rush of Houston, it was evident in Pittsburgh. It's going to be there once again. That's Drake May's problem. What happens between those two in Foxborough?
This will be a defensive effort. I love defensive matchups. I love both defenses' ability to dominate that said offensive line. Both quarterbacks will be running for their life. But understanding, anticipating, seeing that, I have more faith and trust in Drake May and his offense to be able to score more so than C.J. Stroud. Yes, they put up 30 points on the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Houston Texans, that is. But remember, their offense only scored 16 points. I think Drake May has more surrounding him to help him be successful enough to win this ball game. Yes, I have the New England Patriots taking care of their business against the Houston Texans, advancing to the next round.
We know Mark Wahlberg was in the comments. He loved Mac's pick there. We'll see how far Mark Wahlberg takes the New England Patriots on this one. All right, over to the NFC, where again, rest for the for the Seattle Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers, who have dealt with attrition all season long. They've continued to succeed, Mac, in the face of it, but when does it become too much for the San Francisco team? Act 3 between these two this year.
I think it becomes too much. Granted, a great masterful coaching job by Kyle Shanahan and his staff to be able to be in this moment right now. But going up to the 12, playing in Seattle, we saw how Seattle dominated the San Francisco 49ers in the second meeting, right, in the regular season. I foresee some of the same things happening for San Francisco. Can they protect Brock Purdy? Can they get the necessary stops on Seattle, especially the running game, seeing how they ran the football on San Francisco? I think some of those same things happen for the Seattle Seahawks. I have Seattle Seahawks kicking out a divisional foe in the playoffs in the San Francisco 49ers, and the Seahawks, the 12, will be advancing.
All right, so one seeds, both still alive, advancing. That's where we will play the NFC and the AFC championship games. Let's stay in the NFC right now. We got to find a dance partner for the Seattle Seahawks. My Chicago Bears taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Importantly, in Chicago, we're expecting real feel around 0 degrees. How does that affect what this offense will be able to do for L.A., and how does that help Chicago's defense, perhaps?
You know what? I think L.A. should be okay because we saw successful play from L.A. last year in the playoffs when they went to Philly. Even though they lost, they were very, very competitive in that ball game. The issue I have with L.A., when you look at how they won the ball game compared to Chicago and how Chicago won, I feel like Chicago had the more impressive win playing against a better team in totality in the Green Bay Packers. Remember the Rams, they kind of struggle. Also, defensively, we're seeing some issues, especially in the secondary for the Rams. If you have some holes in the secondary, the Iceman is the wrong man you will want to see based on how well he's been performing and some of the unbelievable throws he's been completing. I have the Chicago Bears out there in the Windy City, taking care of their business, making sure they score the necessary points to be able to advance to the NFC Championship game.
I promise I didn't buy the pick. We'll see if they can put together 4 quarters in Chicago. If they can, that group looks like a problem for everybody involved in this bracket, but I digress. All right, going back to our AFC side, we have a championship game, again, on CBS. The Broncos, the Patriots, the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. Where do you see advantage there?
This could be a matchup that we will see for years to come when you look at 2 second-year quarterbacks elevating their teams to this championship-like efforts. Drake May, Bo Nix. Drake May will travel to Denver. I love the New England Patriots in this spot. When you look at Drake May, arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League, when you look at being in that MVP conversation, he will perform like an MVP, not to mention the running game. Ramondre Stevenson has shown up. Travion Henderson has shown up. Also, when you look at what they have in the passing game, Stephon Diggs has revitalized his career there. They will have what it takes to be able to beat the Denver Broncos. I'm sorry, Bronco Nation. I'm sorry, but I'm just giving you what I think will happen. I have the New England Patriots advancing to the Super Bowl.
So that's
in San Francisco.
Good vibrations all the way to Santa Clara. I'm sorry. What's up, Mark? we appreciate you. On the other side, you want to talk about that draft class? Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Year 2 quarterbacks.
Yes.
Having their presence felt. Now, is it presence enough to go to Seattle and take down the 12s?
I don't think so. The thing that I love about this matchup, we talked about defensive-minded teams, defensive-oriented teams. Seattle, they have that. Seattle has that Houston Texans style in the NFC in terms of how they play the game on the defensive side and the physical mentality that they disperse, play in and play out. I love Seattle in this matchup. And then when you look at Sam Darnold has really shown the ability to be that consistent quarterback that they paid him to be. And playing at home is a massive advantage for the Seattle Seahawks. So I have Seattle in a very, very close game against Joe Musso's Chicago Bears, taking care of their business to be able to advance to the Super Bowl in a familiar spot in San Francisco.
I would agree with you, but then we'd both be wrong. Let's see what Mac wants to do with this Super Bowl matchup.
Rematch.
The Patriots, the Seahawks, we've seen it before. Decisions at the goal line that change fates of franchises. What happens this time around?
Well, the same thing that happened the last time these two teams played in a Super Bowl. The New England Patriots will prevail. They will find a way to win this ball game. I look at Drake May, I look at Sam Darnold, 2 outstanding seasons from either side. But Drake May has been better for longer, in my opinion. I think Drake May will have a massive Super Bowl performance, not to mention leading his team to victory, but also winning Super Bowl MVP as well. Shouts out to Drake May. Great second-year season for him, leading his team to this moment. I have the New England Patriots. Follow me, Patriots. Taking care of their business. You will have a new Super Bowl MVP at the quarterback position. And most importantly, you will add another Sticky Lombardi to that outstanding treasure chest they have in New England.
As if they didn't have enough already. Throw the confetti. The Empire strikes back. Max says it's the Pats in Santa Clara.